I've worked here with the Berge Group at Berge Mazda Volkswagen for almost 29 years, 28 and a half years. Started in January of '91 and I've been here ever since. Well, I became a master technician after a little after 3 years, which was the minimum at the time. Now the requirements are a little bit different, but it involved classroom and online testing through Mazda, as well as testing through Automotive Service Excellence, which is ASE. Those are a different set of tests, but they're required for Mazda Master. What brought me to Mazda? I was fascinated by the rotary engine. RX-7s were the main, well, we're the only car we had at the time that had the rotary, so I was really interested in that, how they worked. I had to apply 3 times to get hired, and ever since then, been having some fun.
Hi, my name is Ryan Ploof. I'm a parts counterman over at Berge Mazda Volkswagen. I've been here for about 4 years, coming on 5. Started out as a lot attendant, eventually went up to be a parts counterman, and took a little while. I ended up moving over to Volkswagen for a little bit, got some experience there, and then eventually they switched me back over here to Mazda, where I am more of a lead counterman over here, handling a little bit more of a role. So. Yeah, I've always found rotaries really fascinating. It's a different concept from like the piston engine, so it's really unique and it's pretty cool. Never owned a rotary, but I wouldn't mind it.
I do still have a love for the rotary engine. I don't see myself owning one because I work on enough of them to where I don't need to have one. It would be nice for them to come out with another model that had that to kind of continue that rotary tradition, which Mazda's always had. Some of the craziest things, we had a customer leave here with a brand new Mazda 3, and on their way home, they hit a giant rock or something in the freeway, basically split the bottom of the engine in half. We were able to drive that car into the shop and see the insides of the engine turning as it was running. The hardest part of what I do now is dealing with the technology changes in the cars. You know, like cell phones update almost weekly, and the cars are almost updating that quickly too with some of the software and things like that with the infotainment systems and Bluetooth and all the connectivity that they have with our devices. So that's probably the most challenging part. Favorite part about being a mechanic, probably just the sense of accomplishment when you have a difficult job and you figure out what's going on and you repair it. Some of the things that we have to try to repair are really strange issues, and it's nice to figure out what's going on and you know, get it done.
This question that we have here, make this as painless as possible.
All right.
What is the proudest moment of your life?
Oh God, proudest moment of my life. Proudest moment of my life, aside from my children, would probably be achieving Master Tech status fairly young in my career. I think I was probably 24. At the time, I don't think that was very common. The nicest thing about working with my son is I get to see him every day. He doesn't live with me. He's grown up out on his own, so I do get to see him every day. Even though we don't get to talk as much as I'd like, it gives us more time to see each other and maybe set stuff up for weekends where we can go do things.
Was I ever interested in becoming a mechanic like my father? Been around him my whole life, so we've done a lot of hands-on stuff around the house, and all the oil changes on my old truck. I used to have an old B-Series Mazda too, so. But yeah, dirt bike work, we've always done all of our own work on the dirt bikes, and it would be cool to be a mechanic. Maybe later down the line, but right now I think parts is what I'm good at.
I like hockey a lot. Wish I could follow it more. Same thing with football. I don't really have a whole lot of time for it. Most of the time we're outside in the outdoors on the weekends, and that's when all the sports happen. We have some property up by Roosevelt Lake, so that's usually where we're at, either on the lake or around the lake or in the creek, up in the hills. Like, we do a lot of exploring up there. Some of the things we like to do outside of work, anything to do with the outdoors, whether it's fishing, hunting, shooting, camping, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, you name it. We're anything we can do outside, we're usually doing. Some of the things that are our favorites would be the dirt bikes. That's something I've done with my kids ever since they were old enough to ride a dirt bike. I think Ryan started when he was 7 or 8, and his little sister Ashley started when she was 5 or 6. So now they're pretty much grown up, and that's still something that's one of our favorites. And then as well as the camping and fishing, we did a lot of that when they were younger too.
Oh yeah, we go dirt bike riding a lot, and then go shooting and fishing and a lot of outdoorsy stuff.
Out of all of those activities, what would be your favorite?
My favorite would be dirt bike riding, just because it's, you know, I don't know. It's kind of like freedom, just being on two wheels and then being around people you love and riding.
Favorite part is just the adventure. You know, it's finding something new, running across something new, whether it's just something you haven't seen before. And plus, it's just, Arizona's just a beautiful, beautiful state.
Never gonna come down from above, 'cause everything looks better from above. Nothing's ever as it seems, yeah, except in that world that I dream of. Never gonna lose the ones I love. Never gonna lose the ones I love.